What's up, guys? So, the Mount Rushmore of wrestling, which is something a lot of people talk about, and everybody's got their own opinions on it. Uh, I think the only two people that should not be an opinion is Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. They should be on every single person's Mount Rushmore of wrestling. I mean, they're the stars that kept us as wrestling fans in the 80s and going into the 90s. Like, these guys were the big stars. Now, then you got the other two people that you could put as the Mount Rushmore of wrestling, and I would not put Undertaker on mine. This is somebody else's. Undertaker would not make mine. But you got, during Stone Cold's era, you got so many good people that could take Stone Cold's spot. I would put Stone Cold as my pick. He would be my third Mount Rushmore wrestler. But you have The Rock. You have The Undertaker. You have Shawn Michaels. You have Triple H. Like, during that time frame of wrestling, you had some of the best, if not the best wrestlers of all time during that era. And they all could tell a story freaking awesome. But Stone Cold, in my opinion, was the bigger star of all the guys. So Stone Cold would definitely be on my Mount Rushmore. And then you gotta think who, like, from the last, let's say the last 20, or let's go to the last 10 or 15 years. In the last 10 or 15 years, who would be the fourth person? If you're not going with history, you're not going with anything. You're just going with the last couple of years. And I don't want to put this person up there because I am not a fan of this person. But I think this should be the fourth person, and that's John Cena. Like, I'm not a fan of him. I will never be a fan of him. But he's the person that makes the most sense as the fourth person on the Mount Rushmore. If I was making my own Mount Rushmore for the last 10 or 15 years, Randy Orton would be my person. But if we're going by the star that helped the fucking company to rise, John Cena's the person. So it should be, in my opinion, it should be Ric Flair and Hogan no matter what in everybody's Mount Rushmore. Stone Cold and John Cena. And I've never been a John Cena fan, and I never will be a John Cena fan, but I understand what he did for the business. If I'm picking my own Mount Rushmore with my own favorite wrestlers, none of these guys would be... John Cena wouldn't be on my list, and none of the four guys that are on this Mount Rushmore that are in this picture would be on my list. None of them would make the list if it was my own Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. But if I'm going by history, storytelling, what they did for the business, and all that, Hogan, Flair, Stone Cold, and John Cena make the most sense. What do you guys think? Who would you put, not your Mount Rushmore, the Mount Rushmore of the business that makes sense as business-wise? Who would you put on the Mount Rushmore?